Welcome, dear one. I want you to take a deep breath right now. Just pause for a moment and breathe in gently. And as you breathe out, I want you to know something very important. You are exactly where you need to be. There is no mistake that you are here listening to these words. Life has brought you to this moment because deep within you, there is a desire for change, a quiet hope that things can get better. I know that sometimes it feels heavy. You may be carrying worries about money, feeling trapped in a cycle where no matter how hard you try, abundance seems just out of reach. Perhaps you've told yourself that this is just how life is, or maybe you've heard others say that people like you aren't meant to be wealthy. But I'm here to remind you of a beautiful truth. You were never meant to live in lack. You were born into a world of infinite possibilities, and abundance is part of your natural state. It's okay if you don't feel that right now. It's okay if doubt is whispering in your ear. I understand. I've been there too, and I want you to know that even the smallest shift in how you think and feel can open doors you never imagined. You don't have to figure everything out today. You don't need to have all the answers. All you need is a willingness to believe that something better is possible for you. Imagine just for a moment that wealth isn't something you have to chase. Imagine that it's already around you, waiting for you to welcome it in. You don't need to struggle or prove your worthiness. You are worthy simply because you exist. I invite you to gently say to yourself, I am open to receiving abundance in all forms. Feel how soft and loving that statement is. There is no pressure, no demand, just openness. This is the beginning of a new way of thinking, a new way of being. You see, so often we are taught to look at what's missing in our lives. We focus on the bills, the debts, the things we wish we had. But what if I told you that by shifting your attention, by nurturing thoughts of abundance instead of lack, you could start to change your reality? I'm not talking about magic in the way people often think of it. I'm talking about the quiet, powerful transformation that happens when you begin to align your thoughts with the truth that abundance is your birthright. You don't have to stay in the place of fear or worry. You have the power within you to create a different experience, one thought at a time. And it all begins with a simple decision. The decision to believe that you deserve more, that you are capable of welcoming prosperity into your life. So as we continue this journey together, hold on to that gentle affirmation. Let it become a soft whisper in your mind throughout the day. I am open to receiving abundance in all forms. This is your first step toward a life where you never have to stay poor again. There's something important we don't often hear growing up. Many of us were never told that being poor isn't just about money. It's about how we think and feel about ourselves and the world around us. You might have believed that poverty was something you inherited, like the color of your eyes or the place you were born. But I want to tell you today, with all the love in my heart, that being stuck in lack is not your destiny. It's a mindset, and mindsets can change. Imagine your mind as a garden. From the time you were little, seeds were planted there. Some were seeds of hope and possibility, but many were seeds of fear, limitation, and doubt, especially when it came to money. Maybe you heard phrases like, "We can't afford that," or "money is hard to come by." These words, repeated over and over, grew into weeds that now crowd your thinking. And when those weeds take over, it's hard to see the rich, fertile soil beneath them, the place where new, beautiful thoughts can grow. But here's the wonderful news. You can choose to plant new seeds anytime you wish. You are not bound by the thoughts that were given to you by others. Every time you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never have enough," or "I'm just not lucky with money," you have the chance to gently pull out one of those old weeds and replace it with a seed of prosperity. Thoughts are powerful. What you think shapes how you feel, and how you feel shapes the actions you take and the energy you send out into the world. If you constantly tell yourself that you're stuck, that life will always be a struggle, then your mind and body begin to believe it. You start to see only the doors that are closed, never noticing the ones that are quietly open, waiting for you. But when you begin to shift those thoughts, when you remind yourself that abundance is possible, that you are deserving of wealth, you start to notice opportunities, solutions, and blessings that were always there but hidden by doubt. It doesn't matter how long you've carried these limiting beliefs. Even if they've been with you for years, they don't define you. You can start today by simply saying, "I release all thoughts of lack and embrace prosperity thinking." Feel how freeing that is. You don't have to force anything. Just allow the idea to settle into your heart. Each time you notice an old, negative thought about money, see it as a weed you are gently removing. And in its place, plant a new, loving thought that supports your growth and abundance. This is how you begin to change your inner world. And when your inner world changes, your outer world follows. You are not destined to stay where you are. You have the power to create a new story, one where prosperity flows to you with ease and grace. Sometimes people think that changing their life requires big, complicated steps. They believe they need to find the perfect job, win the lottery, or wait for someone else to rescue them from their financial worries. But what if the most powerful change you could make was something simple? Something you could start doing right now without needing anything outside of yourself? The truth is, the way you speak to yourself every day shapes your reality more than anything else. That quiet voice inside your mind, the one that comments on your situation, your worth, your future, is guiding your life in ways you may not even realize. If that voice is filled with fear, doubt, and negative beliefs about money, then it's like walking through life with heavy chains around your ankles. But you have the key to unlock those chains. The simple action that can transform your financial life is changing how you talk to yourself about money. This isn't about pretending or ignoring challenges. It's about choosing words that lift you up instead of keeping you down. Every morning, when you wake up and look in the mirror, you have an opportunity to plant seeds of abundance. You might feel silly at first, but I promise you, this practice is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself. Stand in front of that mirror, look into your own eyes and say, "I deserve to be financially secure." Say it softly, kindly, as if you are speaking to a dear friend, because you are. You are speaking to the one person who needs your love and encouragement the most, yourself. Over time, this simple act begins to shift something deep within you. You start to believe those words. You begin to see yourself not as someone who is destined to struggle, but as someone who is worthy of ease, comfort, and prosperity. Your mind listens to what you repeat. If you tell yourself every day that money is hard to get, that you'll never get ahead, your mind will look for ways to prove that true. But when you begin to affirm your worthiness, your mind will start to find new paths, fresh ideas, and unexpected opportunities. This isn't about denying reality. It's about creating a new one from within. The words you speak to yourself become the foundation of your life. So why not build that foundation with kindness, hope, and belief in your ability to thrive? Each time you pass a mirror, take a moment to offer yourself a gentle reminder. I deserve to be financially secure. Let these words become part of your daily rhythm, like the beating of your heart. This is the simple action that can open the door to a life where you never have to stay poor again. Not because something outside of you changed, but because you changed the way you see yourself and what you believe you deserve. Many of us carry silent burdens when it comes to money, feelings we rarely speak about but that live deep within us. There might be guilt over past mistakes, fear that there will never be enough, or even shame for wanting more. These emotions can feel so heavy, like invisible walls keeping abundance out. It's important to know that these feelings are not who you are. They are simply old stories you've been told, or experiences you've lived through. Perhaps someone once made you feel that desiring wealth was wrong. Or maybe you judged yourself harshly for financial decisions you made when you didn't know any better. I want you to hear this with all the love I can offer. You are not your past, and you are not your fears. Every moment is a fresh start, a new chance to choose kindness toward yourself. Holding on to guilt, fear, or shame about money only keeps you tied to the very patterns you wish to break. Imagine carrying a heavy bag everywhere you go, filled with all these emotions. It slows you down. It makes every step harder. But what if you could gently set that bag down? You don't need to carry it anymore. You can choose to forgive yourself. You can choose to release those old feelings that no longer serve you. Right now, place your hand over your heart and breathe softly. Say to yourself, I forgive myself for any past money decisions. I am learning and growing. Feel the tenderness in those words. Forgiveness isn't about ignoring what happened. It's about freeing yourself so you can move forward with lightness and hope. When you release these emotional blocks, you create space for new opportunities and blessings to enter your life. Money is energy, and it flows more easily when it's not being blocked by fear or self-judgment. Think of it like opening a window in a stuffy room. The fresh air of abundance can finally come in. You deserve to feel at peace with your financial journey, no matter where you are right now. Every experience has taught you something valuable, and now you are wiser and more prepared to welcome prosperity with open arms. Be gentle with yourself. Speak to yourself with compassion, just as you would to a dear friend who is hurting. Remember, healing your relationship with money starts within your heart, and forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door to freedom and abundance. When we think about money, we often focus only on numbers, how much we have, how much we need, how much we lack. But what many people don't realize is that financial stress doesn't just live in our minds. It settles into our bodies too. Worry about money can show up as a tightness in your chest, a heavy feeling in your stomach, or sleepless nights filled with anxious thoughts. This is why true prosperity isn't just about having more money. It's about creating a sense of peace and flow within yourself. Your thoughts and emotions are deeply connected to your physical well-being. When you constantly think, "I'll never get ahead," or "there's never enough," your body responds as if you are under constant threat. It stays tense, alert, and stressed. But when you begin to shift your thinking towards abundance and ease, your body softens. You begin to breathe more deeply, your heart feels lighter, and you open yourself to receiving. Imagine money not as something you chase, but as a gentle river flowing toward you. When you are relaxed and trusting, the river flows freely. But when you hold on to fear and tension, it's like building a dam that blocks the current. You don't need to force the flow. You simply need to release the resistance. Each time you catch yourself feeling overwhelmed by financial worries, pause and take a deep breath. Remind yourself that peace is available to you in this moment, no matter what your bank account says. Say softly, "Every breath I take aligns me with the flow of abundance." Feel how your body responds to those words. You are telling yourself that it's safe to relax, safe to trust, and safe to believe that good things are coming your way. Prosperity is not just about external wealth, it's about inner harmony. When you nurture thoughts of abundance, you are also nurturing your health, your joy, and your sense of security. Your body thrives when your mind is filled with hopeful, loving thoughts. You deserve to feel good, not just when you reach a certain financial goal, but right now. By caring for your mental and emotional state, you invite more than just money into your life. You invite a sense of well-being that touches every part of your existence. Remember, abundance begins inside of you. The more you align your thoughts with peace and possibility, the more your outer world will reflect that calm, steady flow of prosperity. It's easy to look around and see what's missing. Maybe you notice the bills piling up, the things you wish you could buy, or the opportunities that seem out of reach. But there's a quiet secret to attracting more into your life, and it starts with something very simple: being thankful for what you already have. Gratitude is like a magnet. When you focus on what's good in your life, no matter how small, you naturally draw more goodness toward you. It shifts your attention away from lack and opens your heart to abundance. You might think, "How can I be grateful when I don't have enough?" But gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing the blessings that are already present, even in the middle of challenges. Maybe it's the roof over your head, the food on your table, a kind word from a friend, or simply the breath you're taking right now. These small things are gifts, and when you notice them, you change your energy. Each morning or evening, take a few moments to think about 5 things you're grateful for. Write them down if you can. They don't have to be big or impressive. What matters is that they are real and meaningful to you. As you do this, you'll begin to feel a gentle shift inside. Instead of waking up with worry or going to bed with stress, you'll start to feel a quiet sense of peace and contentment. This feeling is powerful because it tells the universe that you are ready to receive more. When you focus on abundance, abundance grows. Say to yourself, "I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me." Even if it feels like you're just starting to see it, trust that it's there. Gratitude opens your eyes to the opportunities and blessings that were always waiting for you to notice them. It raises your vibration, lifting you out of fear and into a space where prosperity can find you. You'll begin to see that wealth isn't just measured in money. It's also found in love, health, kindness, and moments of joy. By practicing gratitude every day, you create a foundation for lasting abundance. You send a message to yourself and to life that you recognize the good and you are ready for more. This simple practice doesn't take much time, but it has the power to transform how you feel and what you attract. The more thankful you are, the more reasons you will have to be thankful. It's a beautiful cycle, and it all begins with noticing and appreciating the gifts that are already a part of your life. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a life where you feel completely secure, where money flows to you with ease, and where you no longer worry about how your needs will be met. Picture yourself smiling, relaxed, and confident, knowing that abundance is always within reach. This isn't just a dream. It's something you can start creating right now, simply by using the power of your mind. Everything you experience begins with a thought. Before anything appears in your outer world, it first takes shape in your inner world. When you visualize yourself living in abundance, you are planting the seeds for that reality to grow. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you see yourself as already wealthy, already at peace, you begin to align your energy with those experiences. I invite you to take a few quiet minutes each day to practice this. Find a comfortable place, close your eyes, and gently picture yourself surrounded by everything you need. See yourself paying your bills with ease, enjoying the things you love, sharing generously with others, and feeling grateful for the steady flow of prosperity in your life. Let yourself feel the emotions, joy, relief, gratitude, as if it's all happening right now. These feelings are the true magic because they send a powerful message that you are ready to receive. As you do this, softly repeat to yourself, "I see prosperity everywhere, and it flows to me effortlessly." This simple practice helps to reshape your beliefs about what is possible. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you begin to focus on what you are inviting into your life. And the more you do this, the more natural it becomes. Visualization is like a gentle rehearsal for your future. It prepares your mind to recognize opportunities, to make choices that align with abundance, and to trust that you are supported. You don't need to know exactly how everything will unfold. Your job is to nurture the vision and stay open to the ways life will surprise you. Each time you visualize, you strengthen your connection to the prosperous life you desire. It's a loving reminder that you are not limited by your current circumstances. You have the power to create a new reality, starting with the pictures you hold in your mind and the feelings you allow in your heart. In today's world, it's so easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. You might see people who seem to have more money, more success, more opportunities, and wonder why things aren't happening for you in the same way. This kind of thinking can quietly feed a sense of scarcity, making you believe that if someone else has something, there's less left for you. But life doesn't work that way. There is no shortage of abundance. The universe is limitless, and there is more than enough for everyone. Your journey is unique, and comparing it to someone else's path only steals your joy and blinds you to the blessings that are meant just for you. Imagine a garden filled with many different flowers. Each one blooms in its own time, some early, some late. But every flower is beautiful when it opens. You would never rush a rose to bloom like a daisy, nor would you judge a sunflower for standing tall while others are still growing. You too have your own perfect timing. When you find yourself looking at others and feeling less than, gently remind yourself that your path is unfolding exactly as it should. Say to yourself, I trust my unique path to wealth and success. These words will help bring your focus back to where it belongs, on your own growth, your own journey. Scarcity thinking tells you that there's not enough to go around. But abundance thinking knows that what is meant for you will always find you. You don't need to compete or compare. You simply need to stay true to your own heart, nurture your own dreams, and trust that life is supporting you every step of the way. Each time you let go of comparison, you free yourself to fully appreciate your progress and to celebrate the small victories that lead to bigger ones. You begin to see that abundance isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about recognizing the richness of the journey itself. Stay kind to yourself. Be patient. The more you honor your own pace, the more peace you will feel. And that peace will naturally attract the prosperity you desire. Creating a life of abundance doesn't require complicated plans or grand gestures. In fact, the most powerful changes often come from the simplest daily habits. It's what you do consistently with love and intention that shapes your reality over time. You don't need hours each day to shift your mindset. You just need a few moments of connection with yourself, where you gently guide your thoughts toward prosperity. Start your mornings by looking into the mirror and offering yourself a kind word. Say, every day, in every way, I am becoming more abundant. Feel the truth in those words, even if it's just a small flicker at first. This simple act sets the tone for your day, reminding you that you are aligned with growth and possibility. Throughout the day, take little pauses to breathe deeply and reconnect with that sense of trust. If old worries or negative thoughts creep in, don't be harsh with yourself. Just notice them and then choose a better thought. Repeat an affirmation, recall something you're grateful for, or visualize a moment of ease and flow. In the evening, before you go to sleep, spend a few quiet minutes reflecting on the abundance you experienced that day. It could be something as simple as a kind conversation, a beautiful sunset, or a meal that nourished you. These small acknowledgments reinforce the message that you are already surrounded by wealth in many forms. Over time, these daily rituals become anchors. They keep you steady when life feels uncertain, and they gently rewire your mind to expect good things. Consistency is the key, not perfection. Even if you miss a day or find it hard to believe at times, return to these practices with patience and love. Each time you do, you are building a stronger foundation for prosperity to grow. Remember, abundance is not something you chase. It's something you align with through your thoughts, feelings, and daily actions. By weaving these simple habits into your routine, you create a life where wealth is not just a distant goal, but a natural part of who you are becoming. You are far more powerful than you realize. Within you is the ability to transform your relationship with money, to move beyond fear and lack, and to step into a life where abundance flows freely and lovingly. It all begins with how you think, how you speak to yourself, and the gentle choices you make each day. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or for everything to fall into place. The path to prosperity starts now, with a single thought, a simple affirmation, a quiet belief that you are worthy of more. No matter what your past has been, no matter what challenges you face, you have the power to create a new story, one filled with ease, security, and joy. Be kind to yourself on this journey. Celebrate every small step, every moment of awareness, every shift in perspective. These are the building blocks of lasting change. Trust that life is always supporting you, even when you cannot yet see how. Keep reminding yourself that abundance is your natural state. Say it with love and conviction. I am worthy of unlimited abundance. Prosperity is my birthright. Let these words guide you, comfort you, and inspire you to continue growing. You don't have to stay in a place of lack. The door to a richer, more fulfilling life is already open. You only need to walk through it with trust and a willing heart. Each day is a new opportunity to welcome the blessings that are waiting for you. Believe in yourself, dear one, because you are destined for more than you ever imagined.